Okay.
Let's do it live. I'll write it myself. And we'll do it live. Oh,
No,
hello,
we
everybody.
are
Hi.
live. Wait.
Hi, everybody. It's your buddy Admiral Teague, and I'm here with my good friend Outlaw Bill. And we're about to watch the quality show that we watch together every week. It's kind of a little bit of a it's like the agony and the ecstasy, what we do together. Tonight, it's the ecstasy of the House of Dragons. Right now it looks like King Consort Aemon, who has not cursed in what were you now 4 episodes, Outlaw. Well, really, that's really
Three episodes.
he he
We're
cursed 4 episodes back, but he cursed the beginning of the episode. That's the thing. We've gone a long time without him cursing. I think it's showing a different side of his character. He's a little more depressed. He's calmer. It's taking a toll on him. What's been going on. But if I hear somebody talk in a self-satisfied way about blood and cheese one more time, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. We need to advance. It's cool, but let's advance the story. Am I right? And
those dudes
hello,
are already
everybody.
been dead, man.
I know,
At
like
least
we've buried them
they did.
twice.
Yeah.
We can move on now, and it's kind of a bummer. I'm tired of hearing about bread and cheese, but aside from that, this is not a bad show. Could it all blow up and implode on us in a hot minute, the way that we saw with Game of Thrones? Oh, you can be very sure that that could absolutely happen at any time, my friends. In this House of the Dragon George R. R. Martin game, it's very hard to say. I don't know. Bill, last week we saw what I guess. I don't know if I can call it anything but the bloat episode. This episode was bloated. It was slow. It wasn't horrible. They
wait.
tried to make it mean
What
something.
is Josh Street saying? Teague is the only show that is okay out of Bill's shows making us watch.
Is the
I'm not.
well,
I don't. I never
I
make you
appreciate
guys
that.
watch anything.
This is the best show that we watch. You know what? I also am part of making people watch the acolyte, so to speak. But you know what? Here's the thing, Josh.
Oh
We
God, we
do make
got
a statement on behalf
two.
of pop culture because if you think about it, we siphoned down the amount of people. We're all looking through a knothole in the fence. We get to see it just as well as everyone else. But you know what? With something like the acolyte, the people not wanting to watch it, and not having anything but morbid curiosity, there's something to that. This show does better for us, though. I know it does better for me.
Yeah.
And welcome everybody. If you could tweet out that we're live, it would help. It's good to see people here, and it's good to have people hanging out. I need to go grab your theater. You have to post that in your chat so that I can put it in my chat. I do not yet have the theater link, but it'll be in the chat soon,
Oh, it's
guys.
not.
We're
I
just
thought I already did
yeah.
that.
No, I saw some of your minions going in there to scrape the gum off the floors and to clean up and vacuum a little bit between shows. So I know that it's
Oh
ready
yeah.
now. It's freshly cleaned. In fact, here they come. And they're singing the Oompa Loompa song, which is copyrighted, but it is nice to see them in there. It's Teague, if it wasn't for old Bill, I'd be getting out my eye patch and sailing the old pirate waters. Well, you know what? We are basically we're like it's like Han and Chewie, right? We're
There we
going
go.
somewhere,
It's there
and
now.
thank
It's
you.
I put it in the private chat too.
I grabbed it out of the link, but do yourself a favor, I guess, and pin that bad boy to the chat. Here
Yeah.
it comes in the chat for my channel too, guys. Uh, it is not Teague Cinema this time; it's Jedi Bill's Cinema, but it's in Bill's theater. Please observe all the same rules you would in mine, which is if you watch in either one of our theaters, if you watch with either one of our channels, watching on a second device to preserve our view really helps me and Bill out because the deal is that's how YouTube tabulates a view, whether or
Yeah.
not you have a browser open. If you're just listening to us, they take the view back.
Oh,
So if you
and
go into the theater and just watch that,
more
you're
than
still
in,
cool.
more
You're
than
cool, but go
anything,
ahead.
instead of a thumbs up, why don't you just come back and leave a comment on our stream here because
We love the comments
the
we've been getting on some of
algorithm
these
the
streams.
algorithm really loves
Loves
when you
that.
guys comment. I mean, and we love answering those comments. Trust
We have a lot of fun answering the comments, and we do research. One of the fun things that my friend Outlaw and I do is we like being able to be a decent House of the Dragon commentators. So what we do is like we'll watch Shad Brooks talk all about like sword fighting for like an hour and a half, and like it's probably more than we need to know, but like we're at least. I mean, we didn't fight Shad ourselves, but like we can listen. You know what I mean? Like when we see some of these mistakes that are obvious, we now have just a little bit more than a layman's idea of sword fighting. And we've seen a lot of it in the last 2 weeks. On Sunday and Tuesday, we watch people have with swords. But in the Acolyte, the sword is now like the lightsaber has become a fashion accessory. It's just a piece of bling. Last week, someone cut their hair with it. That was maybe the stupidest low point of all
me.
time. And they
I
managed to
think
nail the haircut of their twin.
that was the cropolite, the woke.
It was one of the stupidest, wokest things we've ever seen in our lives. But thank you. We see people coming into the theater, and we love you all. And it's just so nice that you're here. And we really appreciate you letting us be your Star Trek, or I'm sorry, tonight Star Wars.
No,
Star Trek is just as bad,
Star
friends. Don't
Wars.
worry, we'll get there soon enough. We're skipping
No.
the
This
Prodigy
is
show.
HOD, man. This is the House of the
Yeah,
Dragon.
this is the good show that we watch. We watch this to prepare ourselves. This is the only reason we haven't gone insane. It's strange, you know. We convene and I'm like, I'm ready for bad TV because that's what I do. I'm almost a garbage tier TV maven at this point. I've watched so much bad TV. I'm looking forward to doing Star Trek on Saturdays and movies maybe on Sundays once Hot D's over to get more like a variety in because imagine if Hot D sucks too, how bad my life would be. Like, what's it like to be a critic? You commit to Hot D and you commit to like the Acolyte. The Acolyte is absolutely trash fire. But Hot D, aside from a minute here and a minute there where we're like, what's going on? The show's been logical and made sense. It has not subjected us to horrible imagery. There are horrible events in the show, but the show's not horrible. Like deleting the guy's children was horrible, but it was very artful the way the camera pulled out of the room from the point of view of the fleeing mother who was able to grab just one of them. That was very artful and sparing us having to see it because it's a cringe and terrible thing. But these books aren't exactly called Song of Happiness and Niceness. It's not called the Song of Politeness and Etiquette, is it?
No, it's a Song of Ice and Fire.
Circles and rings.
Josh Street says Teague should be placing bets on we will slack the duality of the Battle of Rocks rest with this week's battle.
My question actually is, we had a battle if you count off screen. There's been 2 off-screen battles. One, the 2 factions that are starting to stir up too much shit for everybody else's fragile peace to endure. And I like how George R.R. Martin has done this here in this particular story. I don't know what the deal is with Game of Thrones.
We haven't started, but if you guys are willing to head over to the theater, we'll start the show.
Yeah, we're just about ready to get going with Hot D. We're recapping and we're framing a little bit because we enjoy this show and we're fans. This is always a fun time and a fun time with all of you. And like I said, if you can watch on 2 devices, that helps. Bill said leaving comments on the regular comment thread really helps. Talking to us while we're live helps. Giving us that like helps a lot. And tweeting off of the YouTube browser, YouTube just like that is like they love that. Like YouTube loves that shit. It that is like strokes the algorithm and wakes it up in like a couple of different ways. So we appreciate any help you can give us. But with that, I suppose we're just about. Has it dropped yet?
Yeah,
it has.
There.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, when last we left Westeros, a fragile peace was being pushed to its edges, and troops were departing under the army of King Aegon, who had proved himself to be King Aegon II, who had proved himself to be a real dick. There has been really good linear cause and effect all through this show. I've never been confused. They told him, we caught the people who did this terrible thing to you, get information from them. And we see him go in there and he makes a fleeting attempt at getting info, but he doesn't get enough.
Right now, we're just getting a recap.
It's a good
There's
recap, though. I don't
badass,
want to talk through it.
good ass Matt Smith is on the dragon there.
Unlike Acolyte, these recaps actually have meaning. They're not to bloat runtime.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing characters who are no longer with us anymore.
So this one's runtime is about an hour and 8 minutes, so roughly about 56 to 57 minutes of show.
Yeah, because afterwards we get these little pieces that we share with you, where they just directly tell you.
And still less than one episode of the Wokalite.
The Acolyte costs $750,000 a minute, my friends. $750,000 a minute. Jeff Wyatt, welcome the hot tea. It's good to see you, my friend. And Luchamara, two devices. Thank you. If you don't if you can't do it, you're still cool. You're still cool. But it is an amazing salute to us that people would do it. It's just to help us be able to deliver you our watch party because YouTube takes our view away.
Hail, Jeff Wyatt. Good to see you. Hail, Radioactive.
Hello, Radioactive, my friend. Here's the thing. Unless our browser's open with us on it, you could be listening to us and YouTube won't give us the credit. So that's the only reason we do a little bit of soliciting early on.
Hail, the mighty Lusamera. Welcome and
hello.
Hope you enjoy the show.
And thank you so much that you would do that for us, all of you who are. It really is very, very, very nice because in social media, our footprint is very important, especially with YouTube being all weird now. X has made it is an X factor, but here we go. I don't know if we'll get to a battle on screen this week, but here we have our improved beginning for this season. It'll go a little further this week, won't it? Can we get a little more volume, at least for the theme song? It'll go a little further this week, won't
it? I think it's cranked all the way.
Is it? I'm hearing my voice, too, bleeding back on your end. I'd be careful of audio bleed. Are you using speakers instead of headphones?
I got headphones, so...
Guys, you hear me buffering? It might just be us in StreamYards.
Wait, what's buffering?
It could be us buffering in StreamYards. No, we're not buffering in the true sense of the word. I'm hearing an echo of my voice.
Oh, okay.
Stop, though. It stopped, though. It sounded like you were using speakers. And hail, everybody. How do you like your new badges? By the way, there's new gifts on the Saving Star Trek side of this. We have new gifts, volumes 5x5. Thanks, guys. It's an honor to be your House of Dragon hosts. Will we time hop? Will we have a couple of recastings? We just don't know. It looks like we've siphoned it down to like everything's going to happen in the course of about a year or less now. Things are really starting to happen, but these guys, the George R.R. Martin, he's going to have these factions dance around and negotiate a little bit before they go to all-out war. What happens, we have two wild card factions that I haven't heard too much of that are stirring up shit in the middle of Westeros. And this is, I believe it's called Harrenhal. When you hang out here, you're kind of like, you're sort of like in line for the Iron Throne, or you're the Iron Throne guy if you have the balls to even come here. So his being there is kind of a bold statement on his behalf. There it is. It's smaller, understandably.
Well, there's a throne here that's like a miniature. Oh no, he's visioned himself inside of King's Landing, the capital.
And she's speaking in dragon talk, and she's
No,
getting doubled with her child actor double, isn't she?
That's High Valerian. She's
Okay.
holy
Whoa!
shit! Oh!
Whoa! All right, so guys, he was just tripping out, and he was seeing his wife like as she appears now, and as she appeared when she was a little girl, and he decided to like Empire Strikes Back, Dark Side of the Force tree thing to her because I don't think it's really her.
No.
Oh, oh, that's fucked up. So here they are. They're going towards their faction's D&D table.
Now
we haven't seen the one here yet.
There was a lot of King Aegons. They're like in the lore of Game of Thrones.
This shows King Aegon is Aegon the Second.
Yeah. You know, I think, and it goes all the way to Aegon the Fifth.
This guy is, by the way, a dick. I was gonna say, as I was explaining earlier, when he found out who some of the people involved with the plot to kill his kid was, they told him, you got them now. You're gonna get to execute them. Just get the information first, because there's a coup afoot. And so he went in there and he asked like one question, and he lost his shit and killed the guy. So what he found out was the rat catcher is my accomplice. He forgot to ask him which rat catcher. So he kills every rat catcher in town. And his people who already called him Aegon the asshole now call him Aegon the cruel asshole. And we don't see him much, but Dreadlock Biden's holding quite a few cards in this. He has a huge navy.
That is
Dreadlock Biden is.
That is a great name, by the way. Dreadlock Biden.
Because there's a little bit out of it sometimes, and he has like waking hallucinations. Yeah, no, he's Dreadlock Biden. Lord Corlys. He's holding a lot of cards here. He has a huge navy, and that is the one part of this show that's a little rough on us mentally. Is everyone's supposed to be having incest problems, but that family, like, it's a mixed marriage, which doesn't bother us. Jedi Bill was in a mixed marriage. It doesn't bother us. I wasn't married to a white lady.
He's talking to a young blackfish here.
I don't see Lizzo. What are you talking about?
No. The young kid he was talking to is a young blackfish.
Oh yes, from that. Okay, yeah. Here's the deal: we have these other clans that may be prominent in later books. They're really starting to have problems. Yes, Radioactive confirms it's Aegon the Second. He is such a dick. His people hate him now. He can't manage resources. He doesn't know how to listen to the hand of the king. He scoffed the hand of the king just because the guy had a couple of kings shot out from under him. The only problem with this part of the storyline, and I can live with it, is we're supposed to believe that people are having some inbreeding problems when this is a mixed marriage.
Yeah.
So you've got a pretty good DNA spectrum. Stop pushing this angle of the story.
Uh-oh.
We spent a lot of time with this faction. There's Dreadlock Biden, guys.
There he is. He probably didn't like the way his wife was touching that other guy's face.
You know what, Bill? Both our channels need a Dreadlock Biden emoji. We need a Dreadlock Biden emoji.
Right.
We gotta put like this guy, but with like the sunglasses, the deal with it glasses.
Yeah.
Last week we spent way too much time whispering about stuff. We're gonna try to do it again this week. It seems to be what it looks like. This confrontation is being kicked for one more week. By the way, everything's in play. We could just show people fighting, and we've had a battle off screen already. Two of them actually, because we saw the aftermath of the crows feeding on the Blackfish faction's battlefield, where they had done serious damage to the other faction too. And both sides still had what they said 50,000 swords each. So like we're talking major conflict coming to Westeros. Outlaw, is it me or does Dreadlock Biden have something in his ear feeding him the information?
No, that's just his hair. It's just his hair. It's just
he looks
dreadlock.
Confused. See how confused he looks here? This is why I call him Dreadlock Biden. A lot of times he just gets shit dropped on him. He's one of the most important people in Westeros, and he can change the fate of this world.
You broke your dragon. She broke her dragon.
Dreadlock Biden could change the fate of this world for the better if he was decisive, but he's not, and that's why he's called Dreadlock Biden. But that was her husband, so you can see why saying inbreeding's a problem in this family doesn't really seem to work. You can see for yourselves why. We don't need to explain it. I'm very grateful for anyone who hangs out and listens with us.
Hey, Cobra Kai is coming up soon here this month. We can do
that
Cobra
show
Kai.
Is season 2's first episode was too much of a letdown, but I understand that that season's good. When he fought Kreese, I felt like something was lost for a moment. But I'm willing to admit I was wrong on that one.
Okay, thank you, Josh Street. She was foreshadowing what's to come under the Aegon III Dragon's Bane.
The way Aegon II's acting, Aegon III might not be far off. His brother could just take that name, couldn't he? Because there's a plan to put his crazy, psychopathic, one-eyed brother on the throne.
What? Is she drinking milk of the poppy?
Is she drinking, dare I call it, medieval Plan B?
I don't know. She drank a whole lot of...
Is she trying to get rid of a baby? Some kind of weird stuff.
She drank a whole lot of something.
All right, so we're finding out that this army that trooped out's not going to get anywhere anytime soon. I had a feeling they were going to say something like that, didn't you? Are ravens spies, or do they have magical ravens like Sauron had? And here we see their faction's D&D table. It's a daytime meeting, so we haven't lit the candles. The king consort's Damon. Or is this guy a king consort as well? Ladies and gentlemen, Dreadlock Biden walking into the room without knowing what's going on. What can I tell you? He earns his nickname.
They got such a great D&D table, though.
They're ready for tabletop gaming. And I think that George R. R. Martin was just like he was tabletop gaming, smoking a lot of weed, and going home and writing. Seems to be a very strong connection. It goes hand. Either that, or when there was developer TV, these people came up with this great idea to put every faction has their D&D table. It's fucking crazy. This reminds me so much of the castle siege of Tintagel in Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, in Excalibur. Oh, so Aegon's being a cruel scumbag again. Ah, damn it.
Yep. So we're going to have an execution.
Well, I mean, if you're going to set an example.
Yeah.
By the way, this is basically the beginning of The Force Awakens, but they're doing a much better job. This guy's great. The way he threw it in his face. This guy's got dignity, man.
Off with your head.
I got to give that guy credit, though. He was like, get fucked.
Oh, I love when they take a head off.
Yeah, that's the second one this episode. We've got a pretty high body count so far. It was to decapitations. I know that when I go out there with my white cloak to enforce the will of the king, I keep a rag with me, too, to wipe people's blood off my sword, because I never know when I'm going to decapitate someone. This guy can read? Oh, we go! Ladies and gentlemen, coarse language.
Little Aegon.
What's laid back? Aegon is a good cursor too. Yeah, Rockstar fit.
Aegon's brother's just. He seems happy about something.
Aegon's brother knows that Aegon's time is limited because he's such a terrible king. He can't listen to anybody. He's fired the hand of the king, who's the only one giving him good advice. And this guy's a great actor because whenever we see him after the episodes and the making ofs, he's like extremely literate and smart, unlike his character, who's a total fucking idiot. Can you imagine what it must be like for this guy? Is like, I'm a genius born to play an idiot. I can't wait to get like he tears into this role. Who told him he could mess with the D&D map? This faction uses a wall map. See, this faction just has a different table. They only like throw their gaming dice on it. Their D&D map is on the wall.
Speaking High Valyrian again.
as we were telling you, Jetta Outlaw and I prepare for this very carefully, and we've almost mastered High Valerian. And what pisses me off is they translate it right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Come on, curse some more.
His brother's turned out to be his most useful advisor.
Well, his brother's looking to supplant him. Like people like Otto Hightower have already mentioned to his brother that he's a lot smarter than Aegon. But since he fired the Hand of the King, he's only got his brother, who, like you said, is a good advisor, but he tends to be a bit impulsive, like when he accidentally let his dragon eat his cousin.
But he
Left a little too much evidence.
He secretly enjoyed it though.
Listen, he was okay with what happened because he fucking hated his cousin, but he didn't set out to kill him, and he was horrified when he lost his 5G link.
His cousin took his eye.
But the thing is, you see, they did a good job of it. He's horrified when he lost the 5G link with his dragon.
Hail,
and the dragon
Bobby
just starts doing its own
McGarrell.
thing. Hello, Bobby Manganaro. It's good to see you. Your man Corliss just checked that jerk for getting loud with his wife. Loved it. Yeah, those two are good together. Last week we spent a lot of time with them. They don't do the most exciting thing. They're not out there killing people, but they're scheming and intrigue. Those actors are pretty good at selling it. Wouldn't you say, Bill?
Yeah. Yes. They are.
We got people who are good at every single thing. Schemy guy is good at being schemy here. I missed that. Radioactive said when he takes his head, he should have said there can be only one. Yeah, that would have been good. We know I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's weird because she's one of the only people who wasn't recast, and she's like, I'm sorry if I don't see myself. It's like, no, you're still the same person we remember from last year.
Yeah.
One of the only ones. We have a lot of really cool sets here.
Yeah,
And
this
we
we're back at
Right.
Aaron Hall here.
Aaron Hall is really cool. And the thing is, unlike in the Crackle Light, where we have like a set that we create that's vast and we have it for like 3 seconds and go somewhere else,
Yeah,
we're smart enough to like have a few scenes happen in the same fucking places in this show. That
yeah,
really does wonders to the cost, doesn't it? It's like
yeah.
instead of creating 30 bland sets, we'll have one really good set. It's like if you're gonna talk in
Oh,
hallways, give us a good hallway.
there's no comparison. Set design here was really done better.
They may have gone to a real castle to film just a little of it. I mean, it's
I
very
think they had
believable.
to discount the Wokalite sets because
They stole the
you're
money,
at the same place.
allegedly.
Yeah,
No, the Wokalite, I've noticed they don't create places that they're smart enough to go back too much. We've only seen that command center with Picklehead like twice. Pickle Chick, the green lady, the lady who says she doesn't
damn.
like to get sick because it
David's
makes her
going
sick.
crazy here in Heron Hall.
Yeah, he's really does not in touch with reality this episode.
Oh, he cussed a little bit.
He's captured my attention. What does she mix poison or is she a chef? What?
A barn owl cursed to live in human form.
She
That's
laughed
what.
though. She's kidding. That is funny
Look at
though.
the candles on the wall. The wax is stripped down.
It's a huge part of the aesthetic of the show.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than making a whole wall out of brick, right? I'd like to see him bang this woman. I think these people should sex. Who wants these people to sex?
She might be a butt or face. I mean, she's not all that attractive.
No, but she's weird and compelling witchy chick with a strange brew of trip fluid. She's the fucking local witch in this crazy place. And at least we find out why he's having kooky dreams. He's sleeping in a bed made of like a hate tree wood. I don't know what to call it. This guy's older than the last time we saw him. Did he just come out of a 3-day trip?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Man, whatever he's drinking, he is hallucinating beyond hallucinating.
He's drinking something along the lines of absinthe. They're keeping him high. I don't know what's going on, whether he just like tripped so hard that he came out of it in the middle of this meeting that's happening, or if he's hallucinating this meeting. It's all on the table. Usually only Dreadlock Biden is this out of it in meetings on this show. Trying to roll the hard 20, Bill. Do you have any idea what Anonymous Cow is talking about? How long has that comment been there?
What? Oh.
What is Anonymous Cow talking about?
I have no idea.
Wow, that's the first non-insane thing he's done so far. Did you notice his hand was shaking when he went for that drink?
Yeah.
The alcoholism's progressing. Things have got to be getting a little bit gross in this city since he killed everybody in pest control for no real reason. Usually I'm not for her case for DEI hire, but because he is so fucking incompetent, he needs a few more advisors. What do you think?
Yeah.
Guys, this guy is a terrible king. Hit those likes and follows, guys. If you like what you hear, come back again.
I think somebody can be making some ships or something.
We are definitely, you know what? These might be those scorpions that they needed more metal for. King Aegon has King Aegon, among others, has an arms development program. He's going for everything. He's making anti-aircraft stuff to get rid of the dragons. He's creating more dragons and he's straining his entire kingdom's economy to do it, but he's also doing it badly. He's not doing it with any kind of firmness.
We are at Dragonstone.
As you can see, this faction, they like their D&D table right out there in the open. They're ready to go gaming. And here he is, our boy Lord Corliss. This faction wins best combined bunch of actors. We will not let these people do anything exciting, and they have still held their own, haven't they, in this story? We're complaining a little bit about how last week was so slow, but that was a really awesome, dramatic moment. When this show slowed down, it gave us something. Hello, welcome to Sanity. Does anyone have a link? It's pinned to the top of the chat. And if you could hit like or follow, share the stream, that helps me out. But the link is at the top, and if you could watch on 2 devices so that you preserve my view, that would help me too. But it's pinned to the top.
Yep.
And you can
there
take the poll as well. As you see, it's a great D&D table. You know, I might want to sell my condo in King's Landing. There's going to be a war there. Listen, Queen Allison has been able to do some exciting stuff, but this entire faction has just stood around scheming for 3 episodes, except for episode 1 when we lost one guy to a dragon attack. And that was actually last year.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The ladies are stepping up versus the.
You know, it's like what do we? You know, what would be better is if the female warriors had a league of their own. You know, this used to be an all-male playground.
Just kidding. She's going. She's going with her dragon.
Dreadlock Jill is going with her dragon. Dreadlock Biden is just. But again, he's Dreadlock Biden. It was time to say something. He just stood there and like stared. It's like his wife was like, "This was happening." He's like, "I am the president."
Oh, look at Aegon. He is drunk. He's getting so drunk.
He did I thought that was a really nice acting touch before when he reached for the glass and his hand was shaking a little bit. So we know, now, there's a rumor that you can get addicted to alcohol and then it's a progressive disease. I guess they're going to talk about that. Heard that somewhere. I don't know if I'd be listening to a lot of her advice. She got her other kid eaten by a fucking dragon. Your brother, Prince Yummy, was eaten by a dragon.
Oh.
He's just always tanked up, this fucking idiot.
This is his own. This is his own dragon.
Right, right. As we saw last week, they did a cool little thing to show us. Well, 2 weeks ago, people have like a 5G link with their dragon.
There might be a dragon death. What do you think, guys? Think? You should run a poll. Should there be? Do you think there is going to be a dragon death? Which episode we're going to get it in? The tension is boiling here.
We had 21 votes, and 57% of our people say, "Do you prefer if Matt Smith when Matt Smith curses a lot?" 57%. Yes, it's part of why I watch. No, he's a bad man with a potty mouth. 0%. And only if he's slicing someone up too is our is our. And now I'm going to end the poll. And this is really weird. I'm going to put this in the chat, but it's strange how this poll came up.
He might. I hope he's not too drunk to stay on this dragon there.
Bill, could you highlight the poll results for us? Here we have the results of our poll. Do you refer when Matt Smith curses a lot? Biden wins with 230% for some reason at the last minute there. Oh, wow. Open battle. Finally. But most people like when he curses.
Oh shit! Here comes the dragons. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh! I fucking love when that happens.
Guys, our poll's live. What do you think's going to happen? Dragon dies, Ryder dies, both, or neither. This guy is just a piece of shit.
Here's the big dog.
He has the biggest, toughest dragon. This guy's a real piece of shit, but the actor who plays him is real good. The look of horror on his face when he realized he lost control of his dragon and was going to eat his cousin was great. He got it all across. We've got several guys here who can go to the name King.
Damn it! This is only the 4th episode. Holy shit!
That's why I don't think that this engagement can't be super decisive or super intense. Or we can't see all of it. Oh God, that's so encouraging. Do this for our great guy, King Aegon. Everyone's like, oh yeah, love him. They're playing medieval Total War. Take the comment down, please. Thank you. Couldn't see. So here we have Dreadlock Biden's wife. I guess we'll call her Jill.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh, damn!
I'm starting to feel like it'll be 1-1. We'll lose one rider and one dragon, probably from opposite factions. Whoa!
Damn!
Her dragon is tough, but it's a lot smaller than his.
Oh man!
Oh wow!
Oh, it's just dragon blood everywhere.
At least it's not poisonous. Yup.
Damn!
Kind of going how I thought it was.
Oh shit!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have here is a classic dragon on dragon encounter. 80% of all crime is dragon on dragon.
Oh shit! Here comes the big dog. Oh, you know shit. Oh man.
This is Aegon's brother has the biggest, oldest, meanest dragon of them all. He swallows other dragons whole. Or sometimes in 2 gulps.
You done fucked up, buddy. You kind of fucked up this whole thing.
Well, there's like now 3 aerial combatants. We got Joe Biden here. We've got Popeye the failure man, who's got the self-esteem problems. And I guess Aegon himself, who's really just not having a great time of this.
Oh,
Whose
shit!
dragon is wounded?
He's attacking his brother! He's attacking Aegon the King himself!
I knew that was going to happen. You didn't see that coming?
Holy shit! No, I did not see it coming. No!
I saw that coming.
Holy shit!
All right, so, whoa. One dragon appears to be dead. One rider appears to be dead. 100% of everybody.
You better get the hell out of there. You better get the hell out of there.
We only got 3 votes. You still have time because we don't know exactly what happened yet. But,
oh, shit. She's going to attack still. Oh, my God.
Yeah, she hasn't had enough.
She's going down.
The First Lady of Insanity here. You know, they call her Dr. Dreadlock Biden.
Oh, she's going to burn the building. Wait, maybe...
Dr. Jill Dreadlock Biden is going to attack, what do you call it? This Aegon's brother, who I guess is now Aegon the Third, because I think he just killed his brother. Aegon and his brother are out of this fight and may be dead. You can see the size difference in the dragons there. Whoa!
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Some dragons are getting messed up. They're getting messed up. Holy shit.
This is clearly based on, like, the way eagles mate, the way the dragons fight. Whoa.
This is better than everything that's been on that Disney Wokalite show.
The smaller dragon prevailed with strategy. It hosed down the larger dragon with fire and fucked it up pretty good.
Holy shit.
We don't know what the deal is, so keep, cast your votes by all means, because The king might be alive. His dragon might be okay. That thing went down behind a hill, so to speak. Yeah, I might be running for my life too. Whoa! We're getting everything we watch movies with evil, fearsome dragons for.
Oh, she's still alive.
She's a
charred.
doctor of education, Bill. She's got to go home to get her husband into a vat of CBD so he can move around tomorrow. Six votes. Everyone seems to think that the king and his dragon are done, would be my guess by now. Unless they think he's going to stage a surprise comeback and take someone else out. But it certainly looks like it's... Whoa! And here we have
fuck! Oh, fuck!
And it is not the king. It's who we think it is, the king's brother. He's attacking with this much larger dragon. He got that from some other dude, right? Why wouldn't it breathe fire now? Finish this other dragon off.
Oh, man. Got it right by the neck.
Is she falling to the ground? Yeah, it decapitated her dragon and she's falling. Which, there's a lot of ways to go in this world as far as being a dragon riding combatant. This is not as bad as while the dragons explode when they hit the ground. I guess their fire bladder blows up. Well, we just had a serious shift in the power structure of this world. King Aegon appears to be dead. Seven votes, 8 votes. Yeah, everyone's pretty much thinking it's both. It would be weird. Radioactive says we have new signals. Dragon fighters at 0.25. This is what you call loud air combat tactics.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I think that's what it's... I'm trying to read it because it's hidden behind the little emoji.
I don't mind last week's episode at all. This one episode has given us so much already.
I kept saying last week would be setting us up for either this week's episode ending on a high or being pretty action-packed. We only have 2 more episodes after this. We've actually attained 4 episodes worth of we have 4 more, right?
Yeah.
We actually are. We're at the halfway point of our story, like we should be. Yeah. Events have occurred. We have seen the stakes shift wildly, and we need a confirmation here because we've had some people disappear and come back before.
I think. I'm sorry. The king is toast.
Now that I popped out the chat, it says this is what you call lousy air combat tactics. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you're in a position to know, Radioactive.
Yeah, lousy, right on, Radioactive.
It's actually lousy air combat for everyone except the king's brother, who was just like, I'm going to bushwhack and kill everybody, and it worked out great for him. So whether it was a good plan or not, by virtue of it working brilliantly, he's a great air tactician. But his dragon is like 7 times bigger than the next biggest dragon. All right, yeah, there's a fire in the woods. We're going to find out if the king and his dragon are dead or what. Will we get a piece of a wing and a cloak again? This would seem to be we're going for the proof of death of King Aegon.
I think I see bits and pieces of his dragon are all over the place.
Yeah. That's the dragon's... Oh, Daemon is still going to finish him off. Or what's his name? Aemond, right?
Yeah, Aemond, yeah.
Yeah, Aemond was still willing to kill off kill him off if he lived, but we see his dagger there. He's like, I've got some kinging to do now.
Oh shit!
The dragon's only half dead. Which means there's a half a shot that King Aegon is only half dead. I might get away from this wounded dragon before it starts killing anything around it with its fire breath, but you tell me. This dragon took out a small copse of trees. There's now a clearing where there wasn't. Well, that concludes this episode, and we're going to get the... we'll find out if this week's co-writer had any sort of a brain or not. They had a two-on-one ship disadvantage in their superiority and wasted it.
I'll be back.
I guess so. But the thing is, they weren't united enough to coordinate their tactics, and I don't think that nobody was staked into the fate of anyone but themselves. So, the goal of every combatant seemed to be to kill the other two. No one really cared. I do not think we're going to see King Aegon again. I think we're going to get some confirmation he's dead. I don't know if they'll have a funeral or not. He fell a pretty long way, but his dragon looked pretty bad. We'll find out. Let us know what you thought. Some people are wondering, just the dragon may die. The dragon doesn't seem to have a chance to pull through, but that was to give us something to feel bad for, because if King Aegon's dead, he's just not a likable dude. He's uncool. He's childish. He's really, really angry. And here we go with the coming attractions. Okay, they're calling him King Aegon. Is he alive? You're allowed to change your votes, by the way. $12 votes.
For those who missed, I think I just might play the episode all over again.
That episode was awesome. I'll watch it again. Why not? That was good.
Because we had somebody asking, how can I see this from the beginning? Well,
you can see it right here. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to leave the question up because I don't know we don't know. By the way, in the coming attractions for next week, I think we should go back and watch it again before we watch the let's skip the how this happened, because they might spoil next week, please.
Okay.
I'm begging you, buddy. Yeah, we don't want to tip their hands. I don't want to know what the writers want us to know yet. We're going to go into this with good faith, guys. We're going to give it another watch. Anyone could watch on 2 devices so that you preserve Bill and I's view. We really appreciate that. If you could be so kind as to like our streams, we also deeply appreciate that. If you could tweet off the browser to other people that we're live and we're watching and talking about House of the Dragon, that would also be appreciated. And we're going where no watch party has gone before, the rewind, because this was quite an episode. I mean, we've had episodes of Saving Star Trek where we've watched the same scene 6 times because they're full of shit and they forget stuff like Betazoids can't read Changeling. But in this show, it's just good enough to watch twice.
Yeah. And that way we can commentate a little bit more, get what we missed, The real reason we're doing this,
super
intense, and
a lot finally went on.
Exciting.
We could skip the recap this time. Although it is pretty a pretty good catch up, unlike all the ones for Star Wars and the MCU that are just ridiculous. very grateful to the people who've come through. Very
Aegon the Second
grateful to everyone.
is poisoned when the Northmen and the Riverlands march on King's Landing. Huh.
Well, he
So
appears to have died in this dragon combat, but what we don't. They're asking, is he dead in the coming
what do you
attractions,
think? What do you
Bill?
think's going on with Damien up at Harrenhal? He's
He's
messed up
tripping. He's big
because he's
time tripping.
cursed.
He's not. He might be cursed, but he's tripping, and he's definitely going to cheat on his wife. He's sick of her. Could you go full screen in the theater? Your option is on the small screen.
I believe you're not going far enough in a few places. I'm George Lucas, and I'm with my friend Outlaw Bill. We're having a good time here with the Acolyte watch party. I like the way these dragons sort of came out of nowhere in a way that
This
a lot of
episode
us
is
could
so much
easily-
better than all
Any Disney
6
Star
episodes
Wars.
of the Walkalite.
Oh my God! You know
We
what?
got-
Let's
we got two-
tell people the
we
truth.
got-
Let's
we got
stop
48
pretending that
hours.
we're.
We got 48 hours till
Yeah,
we have
let's
less
stop
than one
pretending,
episode,
Bill.
left. We have
Let's-
2
let's-
episodes remaining of that god awful, horrible show.
The real reason that we're watching that we're watching House of the Dragon again is because we had scheduled to do our Acolyte research after this, and we just don't want to do it. Fuck that! This show's good. I don't want to move on from it. The weekend's not over till we watch.
Should I let the intro play or?
Yeah, it's a good. It goes a little further this time.
Yeah.
they take it a little further this time.
There we go. I keep asking, and I don't know if you gave me an answer in so many words. The beginning is different, but is it the same song, or have they changed to the theme song of the original show?
No, it's the same. It's the same thing.
So they've always used this song.
Yeah.
Okay, there was some hate towards this song, but
the name of it is called the Song of Ice and Fire.
There was some people disdaining it as generic and very inappropriate, but I would say that this new visual has very much helped the song. It's the same theme music as Game of Thrones. Acolyte! We'll be talking about that at the end of our Game of Thrones coverage, our House of the Dragon coverage. I'm sure we'll need to vent. Guys, like Batman, we need your help. We need you to tell your friends about us. Please tweet out that we're live and hit the like and follow. And if you could share, split this view between 2 devices so you can keep us on, preserve our view and our internet footprint, it would be so awesome. I thank all of you. This guy is our pal Matt Smith, King Consort Damon. He is tripping every night he sleeps in this place. He's gonna find a weird ass chick who's gonna tell him a thing or two about how his bed is made of like a cursed tree's wood and some other things. You know, Only the Dragon Dies is creeping up in popularity. Take a quick look at the private chat, Bill.
Okay. Hang on, I'm
Yeah,
trying
take a
to
quick
do
look at
something
that.
here.
I'm sorry, buddy.
All right. I'll have a look at that now.
There could be only one. We did it that time for you. That was really good use. They cut back and forth between the actress's young iteration and the actress who plays her. The actress who played the character young and the actress who plays her now. This is creepy as fuck. So he sleeps in the curse wood bed. We're gonna find that out in a little while. All right, so 2 weeks. That's how long since the end of the middle of the last episode where we saw that army go trooping out, Bill.
Yeah. There we go. There you go. That's what you wanted, right, Teague?
All right, let me look. No, I wrote in private chat. Just cut and paste it.
Cut.
The little message.
I did that.
You put the screaming room link in there. Look what I wrote underneath it. I'm gonna have to start writing things in American from now on.
Oh,
People are finding
your last message. I didn't know what.
Yes. People are finding the screening room quite easily.
Okay. So now I'm also on X, and I posted it there. Yeah, this is in case you guys missed it, we're replaying episode 4 of House of the Dragon season 2. So we have a screening room available for you if you want to watch along.
We did something that good TV creators do this week. We've had one faction that just hasn't done much, but we built them up, and they've done a lot of talking about their conniving plans. And this week they finally fucking did something. Dreadlock Biden's faction gets into this. And Dreadlock Biden and Dr. Jill Dreadlock Biden make a fateful decision. Sorry. See, the whole idea that this faction doesn't have enough DNA does not work. We can look at this and say, come on.
Yeah.
So here's our pal Dreadlock Biden, and he's with Renee, or as I call her, Dr. Jill Dreadlock Biden.
Cool. I got looks like 12 walking on Twitter or X.
Hello, everybody. Dare I take it to that level? Do we expand that far? I'm on Rumble.
I know if you want to try to give Culture a run for his money, you sure can.
Well, I'm on Rumble. Truck 56, if you're still here, signal your intentions. I appreciate
it. So, yeah, that's some strong foreshadowing there. I love it. They're doing what the whole lot of Lucasfilm cannot do. Because at that other travesty of a train wreck, you don't know what the hell is going on and what's going to happen. And nobody cares. At
no point.
Nobody cares.
No one cares. I think what we're gonna do now is everybody over on Rumble, you've got the link for the theater, and you can watch, and you can jump over onto YouTube, my home away from home, because I want to bring this little number to X, or I'm considering it.
Hello, Lee Anthony Davis. Good to see you.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
You're welcome, DJ Play Nice. It's always good to see you, my brother.
Wee! Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to Insanity. So you got the link, right? You're still here with us? Check out our new emojis, anyone who's members. We got some cool ones. Especially Doomcock did this, and he inspired me since they won't let you do it. My new emoji.
RG Dub, welcome.
RJ Dub, nice to see you. Welcome. No, the air combat was great. Their tactics sucked. They actually the only way I could figure it is, while everybody wanted something out of that fight, and there could have been an alliance forged to plan it out, three forces just collide. One guy's just there to jack his brother. He's just there to jack his brother. He's had enough of his brother's shit. But Queen Rhaenys, she was there to fight against Aegon, and she had a smaller but pretty tough dragon, and she was fucking him up. I don't want to spoil the end of this episode yet, but the air combat is breathtaking. The tactics, yeah, they're questionable.
Did you close out your other poll?
I did.
Okay, you did?
Biden won again. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, if you want to highlight it, you can. It should be in the comments. It's at 9:48 my time, so that would be what? 6:38 your time?
7. It's 20. It's 7:20.
You in a folding time.
I know. We don't ever change our clocks here in Arizona.
We're never changing clocks again. I think that's finally over. Hail,
Bryant Vargas.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Favorite dragon so far
Was
was Melius. Did I
Drogon?
say that right?
Drogon was the main queen, the Dragon Queen's main dragon from the normal show,
Oh,
Game of
okay.
Thrones.
They got me tired with Vagar attacking the same way every time. Is Vagnar the huge one that Aemon has?
Yes, yes.
He got that
That
from some other powerful dude, didn't he?
that's the one that's the size of a
Like two city buses.
aircraft carrier.
It's the size of like a fucking. The other dragons are the size of fighter planes. This thing's the size of like a B-52. It's fucking huge. You'll see it. Lee Anthony Daniels. The panel will be happy to answer your question. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
May I ask the panel, what do you think the Matt Smith performance in the show? Do you think that the character he used to play in Doctor Who has been truly left behind? Your opinions, please, panel. I'm not familiar with him as a doctor, but I think he was a little bit tougher, right? He was sort of a tough doctor.
I think he's pretty equally badass and awesome in both roles.
I don't know enough about Doctor Who, but I would say that
Matt Smith is one hell of an actor, and he just kicks ass here in the House of the Dragon.
I'm loving pretty much everything he does.
Yeah, except for he definitely needs some more colorful metaphors from him, like every show.
He's only said bastard once. Well, when he's sad, he stops cursing for a while, which is really a bummer because we love when he curses.
I think before the end of this season 2, we're gonna get back to form, and we'll see some more F-bombs and yeah.
It mirrors the tragedy in his life. You know, he's lost a stepson. He's lost a brother. He's been through some hard times, and he had a cauliflower baby that didn't make it. So, if what that chick was drinking was medieval Plan B, first of all, it's just a story, right? So no real baby was hurt, but in this world, we've seen a few things about childbirth where, like, because of what they're doing and the level of inbreeding, we don't know what to make of it. See, like this, I like that. It's like, don't go moving shit around on our faction D&D map, you motherfucker. You didn't roll the dice. You're like, King Aegon is immediately. He's like, no. Don't move the pieces around the map. I painted those by hand. So now that we know that he's looking to kill his brother, is he setting him the fuck up?
Maybe.
He's going to try to kill him. We know he's going to make a move on him. We won't say what happens, but he's going to make a move on him. So whatever he says here, he's already probably made his decision because that came out of nowhere for us. But this is the second viewing for Bill and I. So knowing what we know, He's become indecisive. He's really arbitrary. His people call him Aegon the asshole or something, and they hate him. Here we go. We're going to find out what's going on with this king's weird council. So Cole Kristen's army's out there, and if they get him at the right time, the dragons can just take him right out. We've seen if you flee into the woods, you can do a little bit to fend off the dragons.
Yeah.
We're talking like Monty Python levels of run away, run away. Did late night culture come on?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
He's on the air right now.
All right, guys, the theater's open, but on my end, I'm gonna hive off my stream and maybe jump onto X. All right, everybody, you've been an awesome audience. Admiral loves you.
We'll still be here. And episode 4 of House of the Dragon season 2 is still airing in the screening room.
Yeah, my engagement just like dropped like a rock at 10:30. I was like, wow. Then again, out of all channels, him and Midnight's Edge are the two that I have the most subs in common with.
Yeah.
According to my YouTube analytics. So yeah, I try to stay out of their way. Hello, Lee Anthony Davis. No need to apologize. It's you're always so wonderfully polite. We love that. It's so nice. It puts us in the mood for this high fantasy medieval thing.
Yeah.
No need to apologize. And I'm so happy to have you here. It's great that you joined us, and don't worry about it. And you deserve to be a moderator on my channel. Thank you. And hey, look, it's our pal Commodore Jim. Hello,
Hey,
Commodore.
Commodore Jim. Good to see
How
you.
many?
Bud.
How's the subs going? Where are you at this week? And do you have any new videos?
I think he's doing quite well for himself.
Congratulations, Commodore.
Yeah.
He's a mighty Commodore with a large fleet. Very dangerous. Very dangerous man.
Yeah.
We mean that in good fun. He's a great guy. Hello to you. We're watching Hot D.
I love how he's just Harrenhal has them all crazy. Because I don't know if this witch is a hallucination or an echo from the past, you know, or is it just somewhere in his mind? She's not really there. She's more or less a ghost. And is that berries or is it wine or is it something that actually has blood in it? I was wondering, you know. She said Harrenhal has been cursed since its first stone has been raised.
All right, this should be happening now. Hello, X.
Hello,
Meet your buddy, Admiral
everybody
T.
on X over there.
I'm a barn owl. Curse to live in human form. This chick is weird as fuck, but she tells him a few very fucked up things that he needed to know, like you're sleeping in a bed made of cursed tree wood. Always very good information. I like to know. Now I have a cursed tree bed myself, but I had a couple of witches decurse it a little bit, so now I just have like very very deep sleep in it. It's dreamless. I don't know. Have you tried one?
No, I have not tried one.
You know what?
I don't think I will be anytime soon.
You know why I knew that it worked? I have a dream catcher, and every day when I jack it into my computer, there's nothing on it. So I'm sleeping very deeply with no dreams whatsoever.
Oh.
And hello, everybody. If you could repost that we're live and let people on X know that I'm here, there's a way for you to watch right there in the comments.
I think I would like to have an army of dragons, like 20,000 strong of all dragons, you know? Imagine what you could do with 20,000 strong dragons the size of Vagar. If you had 20,000 dragons the size of Vagar, you're going to mess up some shit. I mean, nobody should oppose you if you have a force of 20,000 dragons.
And I've got my eye out for any X comments. And X, there's a way to take a look at this. If you take a look at what we put in the comments here for this particular chat. And I delivered that like Foghorn Leghorn almost, didn't I? Now, X, I'll say X. If you look here in this particular chat, you will find that I have sanctified you with a link.
Well, I can highlight it, so...
Boy, I'll say, well, there's a link in our theater that you can join us and watch this here show. Son, I say, son. See, we haven't figured out how much of this is really going on, and we still don't know, do we?
No, we don't know what is real or what's not real.
Listen, I've got a great mnemonic device to help us remember what goes on here in Triptown. Harrenhal is a haunted hall. Get it?
All right.
Well, basically, we're having the Galadriel's mirror sequence of Lord of the Rings, but we're doing it in a somewhat different way. And was that a production guy standing in back? Was that I thought I saw a production worker.
Maybe.
I swear to God, I thought I saw one. Because he's trying to roll a natural 20 was the joke we made
Your
before.
need to find something wrong with this show is brutalizing me, Tig.
I found nothing wrong with this. An awesome episode. I just thought there was one weird thing that was out of place. They've made a couple of mistakes too with like coffee cups on the table and shit like that. So we're allowed to look.
Yeah. You're right. But that was like the original show. I have yet to, but I'm sure that we're keeping our eyes on it to see. You all bore me. You all bore me. I'm the King Aegon. I'm a spoiled brat who didn't deserve to be the king and didn't even want to be the king.
King Aegon missed his calling. He would have been great as a singer in a Sex Pistols-like band. He's a disrespectful, drunken, loud, rude piece of shit with a violence problem. But as far as kinging goes, he sucks at kinging. He really sucks at kinging.
Oh, he got rid of all the knowledge.
Look at the guard. I didn't notice the guards crashed into each other walking out. Everyone's uncomfortable here. She's basically calling him a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you didn't think all that knowledge would have been useful?
It's hilarious.
His own mother's calling him out on his shit.
And guys, like he's not getting cucked here or anything like that. This character has been set up well. There are also very strong male characters too. This is not some kind of wokeism. Like this character's a fucking asshole. We've basically been scoffing at this guy since episode 1, haven't we?
Yeah. And I don't know why he has chains around his neck like he's a half maester or something.
You know what it is? It's a costuming choice that makes this very similar to the chains that the British kings wore.
That's so weird because when you see somebody in these shows, in this show, wearing chains, maesters are people of knowledge, or basically wizards, because they know all and they have a huge
right. And this guy's an absolute moron.
Yeah.
And this guy's an empty fucking vessel. One of the only smart things he's doing here is he's kind of listening to his mother, but he ends up getting crocked and doing the wrong thing. And he does not go into battle with his wits about him as part of his terrible air combat tactics, by the way.
No,
his air combat tactics is to be barely able to fucking stand.
He can barely ride his dragon.
He's a fucking wreck. So, and you have a 5G connection with your dragon, so he's basically, his dragon's got like a blood alcohol content of like twice the legal fucking limit, and they're both trying to get through this together, and like he's an idiot. We're pretty shocked at the outcome of the air combat. It's coming up, but
I wonder. So they're cutting down forest trees, and what are they making, a barrier, or are they making? Oh,
the only thing I can come up with that they're making is that they've talked about the need to keep on making those scorpion giant crossbows that you can use to shoot at dragons, because they've got a dragon problem, and that's why they're in the woods, right?
Yeah.
The last thing they want to do is make the trees go away, because that's keeping them from getting destroyed.
I wonder why his horse has got a little unicorn horn. I guess that would be somewhat combatant in combat. You can ram your horse into
his horse has a spike on it. Yeah.
But it's got such a tiny little unicorn spike.
It's decorative, but it looks weird.
It's decorative, but not visible in combat.
It doesn't make sense for the horse.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
I mean, if you're gonna put a blade on a horse like that, at least make it a worthy blade.
Yeah, it wasn't even. You could. It would be good.
I think it was like
Taking the cork out of a wine bottle.
Like 3 inches long. It's like, why is it so tiny? Why are you gonna put a spike on a horse and make it the tiniest spike on the planet? It makes no sense.
By the way, this faction I think has the best D&D table. If I could take a vote.
Hey, yeah. Let that be. She's gonna go.
So her conflict here with Aegon II is he's a terrible resource manager, which we found out a couple episodes back.
Right.
And he's not doing a good job of developing the dragons or bringing them along in what we can only call the arms race of Westeros here. Now, Bill, you went to high school with Aegon the Conqueror. He was nothing like this guy, right?
No.
And he was on the football team, right?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
on the football
Good,
team.
solid guy.
But he could punt. He could punt the ball 64 yards.
He played a couple of positions on that football team. I remember that. As Immortal Highlanders, we know a lot of people in this world.
We called him Yellow Horse. We called him David Yellow Horse.
This show is fun for pretending to be Immortal Highlanders, but the Acolyte is the most fun for pretending to be an Immortal Highlander. See, watching this show is enjoyable. The show is really good. Watching the Acolyte is hilarious because it's a fucking disaster. It's like watching Batwoman. This show has good dramatic music. Everything about it is good. I wonder what will happen if I refresh here. So I need to depend on your StreamYard's feedback for your chats, X. That's the problem.
All right.
But I am watching StreamYard to see if there's any X chats. Lee Anthony Daniels of the generous $9.99 super chat to my friend Jedi Bill's channel says,
Thank
like
you.
to support your channel, Outlaw Bill. It's so important to support creatives like yourself and show support because people like yourself work very hard to entertain, and you do. Hats off to my pal, Outlaw Bill, and a deep bow and a great thank you to Lee Anthony Davis. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
I'll be honest though, getting to watch this episode twice is not really work. Quite pleasant.
Why would you say that?
It's not work, it's very pleasant. It's a great episode. And I was right last week where I said something would happen either by the end of this week or they might just be going at it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And hey, Radioactive is kicking in with a super sticker for our good pal Outlaw Bill.
Thank
Congratulations,
you,
buddy.
Radioactive.
Thank you so
Very
much,
much
Radioactive.
appreciate that, brother. Hail to you, sir. You got it, dude. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling. I think. I don't know if you'll be interested, but I think I want to do the first 5 episodes of the Cobra Kai.
I'll watch Cobra Kai, but I mean, I'm so out of it as far as I missed 3 seasons of that show. This is where things start getting pretty decisive.
I mean, these guys have green shields with what looks like sheep or goats on their shields. I mean, why would you have such a weak logo, an animal, a sheep or a goat?
They're feeding into that green faction that's going to become the Game of Thrones faction. Doesn't Stark wear green?
Now, her dragon looks a lot like Drogon, but it's got more horns on the front of its face.
And it's pretty big. Her dragon
is pretty big.
old and pretty big, and you can see it's just absolutely
And
trashing all these guys.
She's raining fire on the troops. That was so worth the wait, man.
She doesn't fuck around. She pulls a strafing run, and that's why I keep calling this guy Dreadlock Biden. He earns the nickname again. He once again is totally Dreadlock Biden, but because
here's eight on Willie, One Eye Willie.
He's been lying in wait.
Yeah.
He's trying to. Let's see if you can keep control of your fucking dragon for a change, you fucking lunatic.
And the dragon listened to him. He said, wait for it. And he basically waited for it.
You know what? Because he's calmer. And he's not. You know what I mean? Like, once you set this dragon loose, though, it's like you can't turn him off. He just wants to destroy things.
I mean, when you have a dragon, you got a nuclear deterrent right there.
Yeah, but his dragon is the meanest of them all and doesn't always listen to him.
No. But it's freaking awesome to see on screen.
Hello to all of you who are on X. If you can hear us, give us your comments. We'll see them on StreamYards. X is weird about delivering both my answer and your question, but we'll see it on StreamYards and I will answer it. There's also a link in there to see this.
Oh man, his golden dragon is being ripped up in his breast. Oh, and he's just
So this
bleeding
is
out. He suffered a massive wound to the heart.
I like that they went there with the one guy getting the dragon blood right in his eyes. So here we go. The dragons are now engaging, right?
Yeah.
King Aegon's wasted. This chick, all right, she didn't, by the way, she left this army intact. If she'd strafed it 3 or 4 more times, it'd all be gone. And at least this king is brave enough to stand there with his men, right?
Yeah.
So here comes Aemon, and he's a total piece of shit. And he's got the biggest, meanest dragon. It's like the size of an entire subway train, like an 8-car train.
That thing is an aerial aircraft carrier.
For people who live where you only drive, what would he be like? 2 highway markers long? Outlaw?
I don't know, but I don't just think ripping off a horn is gonna hurt that other dragon at all.
No. Here's the thing. Aemon's dragon is the size of like a B-52 or like a 747, and these people's dragons are the size of fighter planes.
Oh, he just roasted the king.
But the king's holding on to the dragon, and the dragon's we saw the dragon compensating, and there was something going on. I don't know how to put this, guys. There was something mixed in with the dragon's guts that seemed possible the king's not dead. We don't know, but you saw what happened there. So now this chick, oblivious, lets the other dragon get in behind her. I feel like I'm calling an air show. Dragon, Meleus.
She says attack Melees, which is
her dragon's name, right?
He's the one with riding Vagar.
Yes, that's the name of our combatants here are Meleus and Vagar. And the other dragon went down like a helicopter crash. It looks like a helicopter crash or something in the woods.
Yeah, we got a Melees down, we got a Aegon down, we got a Aegon
down. Black Hawk down. So here we go. Like, her dragon's still fairly tough, but his is huge. So she's getting torched a little bit.
I think she's getting a little charbroiled there.
The dragon finally did the thing that we were saying was obvious. Start breathing fire while you have the other dragon in your grasp. And then it's got it with a death grip by its neck in a couple of seconds here. It's going to affect it pretty quickly. Now that doesn't help very much, but
no, it doesn't.
It's not over yet.
The big ass Vagar's running to get back up in the airborne.
And these guys are like, how can we save money? And they're like, Zack Snyder's considered a genius for slow motion. Let's do that.
Oh, he squashes two. And he takes off into the air again.
People seem when I took a poll on X about people who watch on X, the results came back that people on X prefer to lurk. They're like outright saying that they kind of like to lurk. They're actually still Xing and interacting with other people. So that's cool, guys. But repost this if you get a chance.
Yeah,
That would help
right
us
on.
out. You don't
She
owe us the
thinks
view, but it's great
she's
to have
thinking she just
54
got
people with us.
away, and here, here, man. Oh,
And this is the fatal moment here.
Oh, biting the neck.
Aemon's dragon has Rhaenys' dragon by the neck in a death grip, and he's kind of spinning a little bit in the air. I guess they're emulating like a crocodile,
no,
but
you can see the life just went out of that dragon.
Right, and then we see this great shot of Rhaenys, and
she's
she
basically
lets
a
go.
dead dragon stick.
Her dragon's headless, falls to the ground and blows up. And thank you to the 54 of you watching. Outlaw, this is fucking huge. Could you take it back to the dragon crash and let's watch dragon combat one more time? Come on. Let's just take it back to the beginning of dragon combat. From the point where we see douchebag Prince King Aegon drunk off his ass initiating something he's not going to be able to stop.
Where would that be?
A little bit before this, because he's not walking. This is close enough. He just had his little moment of being a dick. Dragon combat is about to be joined. This is what this show's all about. We've waited weeks for this, so here we go.
I'd have to go back earlier if we want to see the king get taken out.
I don't give a shit. No, he's still out there.
Okay, no, here he is. Full on dragon combat here.
He's drunk. Can you get rid of the progress bar? There we go. Hello, everybody.
Oh. Damn. Damn. Doing some major dragon damage there. Spilling blood all over the
dragon
troops.
Blood everywhere. And that dragon was starting to run for it at that point.
Here, this king is like saying, "Oh shit."
But what I love about it is, you know what? When they say, "Your Majesty, you need to run," he's like, "No way, man. I'll stay here with my men."
Oh so, he was wanting to get you out of here, but he's like, "No, I'm gonna stand and fight.
I'll take the risks with my men." I like that. He's a good king. You and I would have, of course, abandoned our men to their fate. You're seeing, and this is like
here it comes.
He comes out of nowhere and jacks both combatants. He jacks both. So King Aegon is like, "What the fuck?" And he's drunk, so he's hanging on for dear life. And the actor is showing us
Aegon thought he was there to back him up, and he's there to annihilate him.
And yeah, so he flies right into it. He gets burned bad right in the face. He manages to hold on to his dragon. And the dragon pulls a little bit of a controlled fall. Not much.
I think that dragon is pretty much toasted.
Yeah, but it turned upright before it hit the ground, so he may be alive inside the dragon's gut. That moving, groaning sound we heard from the dragon proves that he might be okay too, but he's fucked up. So we have her attack with her dragon. She's going to go in there and do something about this after she just saw what happened. I would split. You need about 5 dragons to take this dragon on.
Yeah, she told her dragon was melees. She basically told her dragon to go attack Vhagar. Even the troops are watching this aeronautical battle go down.
They hypothetically have no shot of running back to the woods. They've just had fire rain down on them 3 or 4 times. So, like, what's going to happen? By the way, in World War One, they said they did that. So her dragon a lot more formidable than the other one, but also ready for it. The other dragon wasn't. But wait, it's not over yet.
No. I love it. Slow motion running back to get airborne again. Squash some soldiers on the way. Cheerio. Oh, man. Mayonnaise is just getting attacked right here at the
Ooh.
neck. Uh,
And here we have the really cool death drop. This was filmed so well. I like how she puts her arms out. She's just like accepting it. Ooh. I'm guessing they never separated the parts of her from the dragon successfully.
that much of a mess you're going to need. One hell of a mop.
You're going to need an asbestos Swiffer covered with all sorts of fire stopping stuff. I almost called it
Right.
fire,
Right.
int. YouTube hates that word. Try to keep my buddy out of trouble here, even though I'm only on X now. You'll find I can be a powerful friend and ally. And I guess we'll watch the end of this episode and we'll finally let the writers spell out to us what they're saying in so many words, which is both the good and bad part of the show.
Would it be right thinking that this episode you are watching is called The Red Dragon and the Gold? Yeah?
By the way, I this is the highest rated episode I've seen so far. I'm going to call this episode an 8.
I think I'm going to give it a 9.5. They'd have to beat. I mean, I don't know what could beat this episode. This is pretty intense. The dragon fights were awesome.
Dragon fights were pretty awesome. As a Game of Thrones style show episode, probably a 10. The story I saw, yeah, maybe it's a little higher than an 8. That part with Matt Smith tripping out and talking to that weird lady. A lot of stuff happened in this episode.
There has
a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it made up for last week's super slow conniving episode where just everyone connived and connived and connived.
Oh, he's just Ash. He just put his soldier. Your
He went to
soldiers
go
are
touch him on the
all
shoulder.
ash.
Yeah, they're destroyed by the dragon. Yeah, that was Rhaenys did that, but she's just Rhaenys pudding right now, and they're
Yeah.
off in the distance, like accident at an air show is where the dragon went down. Now, most of the reason the bad guys won is Outlaw Bill's fault. We're not going to mince words here. Let's face it, if he hadn't been such an istophobe, if you had watched right, everyone would have been okay. But no, he brought his privilege with him. All right, so here's the deal. Everything kind of comes full circle here and becomes very clear here. The king's around. We see his knife. We don't see his body. We don't know where he is. His dragon's not that dead, and it turned itself upright, so he wouldn't have taken the full impact of the fall. But his dragon is a smoking wreck.
The king is dead. Certainly.
If he's definitely dead, how come in the coming attractions they said, "Where is he?" Why is his mother asking where the body is and stuff? He said, "Where's his grace?" There's no body. You know, this was like we can't make assumptions here. Like, for instance, when we saw the prince killed by Aemon, he killed his cousin. We assumed that the war was breaking out right away, but it took them until now to really get to open war. Because last week we had armies deployed in the field, but like we even had a line at the beginning of this week's episode about how it was going to take them forever to get to point B, where they finally got. So 2 weeks passed between this episode and the last one.
You guys are awesome, by the way. Thank you for being all here.
We appreciate all of you. Please like and follow us on YouTube and on Twitter. X. I'm sorry, X. I didn't mean to use the old verbiage of your former oppressors. No, I'm apologizing to people on X. I know they really hate it. I've been told that there's a bunch of things people on X hate about YouTubers who X. And I'm only on X right now, so you're the YouTuber who's Xing, so this only applies to you. But they don't answer questions from X. To the people on X, I want to say, your questions have a way of disappearing, the way the links that I give you to share this have a way of disappearing too. Okay, so the dragon is certainly dead.
A dragon head.
That was the head of Rhaenys' dragon, though, because that's how that dragon went out. Now, his dragon's just about as big, though.
It looks good.
Looks pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So now we always get a little feature. The showrunner has a pretty good grip on what's going on. He's going to tell us outright a few things. Yeah. And I got to say, I appreciate this more than having to be forced to 77 leaks that mean it was brilliant and other shit like that. But sometimes you find out that his co-writers didn't know what they were doing, and he had to like maybe fix their work. It's not said, but you can see he's much more on point than anyone else. And you know what? There was only one writer on this one, if I remember right. So he might do this one by himself. Yeah, Ryan Condal.
Oh, he could be the father of Aemon? Holy, it does look like his son, doesn't he? Holy shit, I never...
He's married to his own niece. This family's weird as fuck. Exacting vengeance is very important in this world. 408 people viewed on my channel. Thank you guys. Wow.
Awesome.
That was something. Wow. Appreciate it.
I'm a barn owl.
A burner. She's not afraid of him.
She's not doing a voice. She just sounds that way. Wow, Scotland does exist. I thought Critical Drinker just invented Scotland as a marketing thing.
She penetrates him?
She penetrates you, unites you, makes you one with the universe.
Rook's red.
Guys, we've got the showrunner just explaining stuff outright, which is much better than
Right.
tomorrow when we have to what Star Wars does 77 leaks that you missed that mean you're a fucking idiot. I mean, I hate that method.
We're still
How about
48
you?
hours away, a little less than 40 hours away from that train wreck.
When this is over, we will talk to our ex-audiences and anyone on YouTube who wants to hear about it on your channel. You know, I was wondering why they weren't going to cast Aegon, and it would make sense if he's coming back as an Iron Maiden t-shirt or if he's dead, because he and his mom are now effectively been the same age for like 3 episodes, and it's been a little weird, you know? Isn't it always shocking how the actor is like lucid and intelligent, where the character is an absolute fucking
Right.
idiot? He's a good actor.
I think maybe you're right. He might have survived, but he's going to be badly burned.
I think he's coming back as an Iron Maiden t-shirt. He took it right to the face. He'll probably be blind. This guy has a penchant for very badly handicapped characters. Isn't there a guy called Biden the Broken in the first series?
That's Brandon the Broken.
Brandon, wasn't there a Brandon the Broken?
Bran the Broken, who does become king.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But he was just, he had
And is
either
the three-eyed
wheelchair, wasn't
raven.
cognitive. So, okay, let's see. Would I be right thinking this episode you're watching is called The Red Dragon and the Gold? Do we answer
Yeah.
that question? Okay.
Yeah, you can
And the
answer it.
no, I don't know if that's the answer. It would be appropriate. Location shots are fantastic for this series. The characters have invested and have you invested, and the direction of the show is great. Concept, how to do good fantasy and well thought out scripts. I gotta be honest, yeah, this show is like got my confidence. I would be surprised if they messed this up, but we saw these people mess some stuff up. So we always like to say every week, could they destroy all this in 5 minutes of one show, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. But you know what? This doesn't seem to have as much affection for it as the main story. This came later and is a different side story. It's a prequel to the proper Ice and Fire. I don't think it's part of the actual lineage of the proper primary books. It's like the Rogue One novel of this franchise. Yeah, see how the dragon uprighted itself, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a big fucking difference for our boy. But I think
Yeah.
he's charcoal broiled. Can you do the poll on your channel? Like alive, dead, and alive maiden t-shirt. Yeah, we don't know the condition.
No.
He says it outright.
Oh, so good. Next week's episode is going to be a lot less tame.
Here's what they do. Instead of Star Wars, which puts a bunch of stupid things to comic book resources and other places, saying 77 Easter eggs that prove that this stupid show wasn't a piece of garbage, these people just let their writers go out there, and for the most part, they've appointed themselves well. We only had one writer where we're like, where's she coming from, man? What is she talking about? And she didn't have an understanding of the hand of the king.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been asked that question.
What are you saying there? You're welcome, Radioactive. It was our pleasure to bring it to you.
It was a lot of fun to see it, and I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to see it probably one more time to fully understand the implications.
Well, Lee Anthony Davis, you
finally
have
got
great,
a fucking great
start
fight.
of your day, pal. Said it's 4:18 there in the UK.
Hey, we are so glad you chose to stay up and hang out with us for the time you got it. But hey, we got you this show like hot out of the. This came right off the server. You have to understand. We grabbed this with like a pizza thing, one of those long, pizza handlers, pizza spatulas.
Right.
You have a giant pizza spatula, and then we put the episode right onto YouTube, right onto Cosme, and then Bill and I put on a special sauce that we put together, whip up ourselves, and then we enjoy it all together. And what's more fun than Game of Thrones like shows with your pals? And you know what? I'm putting a poll up just on Twitter for people. What do you think of these choices? What's your King Aegon prediction? Let's see. Alive and will be okay. He's dead, Teague. And alive and a maiden shirt.
It's worse than that. He's dead, Teague. Dead, Teague. No, he may be still alive, but he's going to be pretty
he's
toasted.
He's going to be fucked up. I think alive and alive and he's alive in a maiden t-shirt.
He might be into Two-Face, like half of it's burned up and half of it's normal face.
He seemed to catch it in the eyes, was my impression every time I watched it. Every time I watched it, my impression was he caught it right in the eyes. It was weird. I don't know what to make of it. But every time I watched it, I also noticed that the dragon righted itself right before it hit the ground. It was trying to pull out of the drop. And, it's not like that dragon wasn't vanquished by Aemon's dragon. It's just that that dragon, we found out everyone here has like a 5G connection with their dragon to explain it. So I don't know how far that goes. We don't know. If someone read the books, please tell us. But if I have this right, that would mean that if Aemon is drunk, his dragon probably would have been affected, right? So his dragon may have been affected because he was wasted. Yeah. So, but here's the other thing. Does it matter? Because he was just like, hey, buddy, boo, kaboo. He's like, hey, and it's just napalmed to the eyes, like, yeah. And then like his dragon gets bashed around a little bit, and that's when what's the name? Rhaenys, Dreadlock, Dr. Jill. Came after him.
Mayonnaise.
Her dragon Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's at least sober, and she at least pulled a few strafing runs on the army on the ground to turn people into like dust. And what can I tell you? She was kind of a mean cunt, but that's the way it goes. And then she had the audacity to go at it. Although I could see why she didn't feel completely outclassed. Teague, Sunfire shielded Aegon as it crashed to the ground, but Aegon is a bit toasty. Josh Street, you read the books? Is that what happened? Because I'm with you on this one. I think that he really didn't want to hurt his master. I believe that even though he's a dick, he was like, he got me drunk. I owe him one. I'm going to die anyway, but like, why should he die? Like, he'll get another dragon drunk, you know? Like, I think it was just gratitude. It was like the way people I've got 3 years clean, but I still like to go to the bar to talk to my old bartender because he was my pal. It's like something. Everyone has relationships we don't understand, but like the one relationship that came back to haunt people more than anything else was the spirit of brotherly love, like the city Philadelphia. That was just a flaming wreck for King Aegon. Never saw it coming and may never see it against class. It was classically blindsided. Neither of us saw it well.
But it was
we
great.
Didn't know how far he was willing to go. We knew that he was having trouble holding his dragon back. We didn't know if he was going to jack the army. We didn't know if he was going to wait for a winner. And we didn't know if he was going to go fly in and assist his brother. It's all on the table, although we knew that he was getting tired of his brother. And Otto Hightower had pointed a few ideas in Aemon's head last week. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we gave this one, I went as high as an 8. You're saying how could it be anything but a 10?
I give it a 9.5.
9.5. Teague, spoiler, yes. Aegon lives until North comes south, but poor Rhaenyra becomes a snack for Sunfire. Oh, really? Wow. This was an interesting conflict. So it didn't work out basically the toughest, smartest guy in all of Westeros now is only got his cousin or his brother, his uncle,
Yeah,
his uncle Matt Smith
and his
is at
questionable brother might be alive.
is at haunted and harrowing Harrenhal, which just George R. Martin wrote a lot of great names, but harrowing, haunted, Harrenhal. Harrenhal was just a little maybe on that one is a little derivative, but you know what? In Harrenhal, you sleep in beds made from like cursed trees. They go to Dagobah and get that tree that Yoda had. He's like, don't go in there, and that was like a little bit of a crazy encounter he has
It's
that,
like
that
who?
woman.
I want to know who builds a castle on a cursed ground or whatever.
He
They
made
said
the beds out of cursed trees.
It was cursed from the day the first brick went up.
It's the Overlook Hotel of Westeros.
It is the Overlook.
It
Hotel.
is. Rhaenyra's son Aegon the Younger is the next king, and Aegon the Second daughter becomes his queen until she eats something poison when she is 12. Yeah, well, we go there here with this medieval drama. People do not act the way we do, and they act much like they really did do back in that world. Most historians say life in the Middle Ages was nasty, brutish, and short. A lot of other people say that if you made it to 30, that you might make it to 70 still. Like people live to be old, but I just don't know about that. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. I know that 30 being about the average may or may. But I've never been able to get clear whether that included infant death. People dying in childbirth was common, but a lot of people like, do you count that person as living 0 years when you average it out, or is that just like it's stillbirth? It depends what your matrix is for adding up the life expectancy. Do you have to make it to 15 minutes old? I don't know. I don't know how those historians measure it, but certainly, like in this world, there's nothing but people and lots of dragons, and they've been in the pipeline for a while. The only episodes we know for sure how much time passed is that 2 weeks passed between this one and the last one. But extrapolating backwards, it would seem like every episode has about a 2 week time period.
Yeah.
It would take about that long in their society for these things to happen. People are riding around on horses. People are going different places. So yeah, might take. This episode would seem to have a time frame of 2 weeks, or who knows? This one had a lot of adrenaline, didn't it?
It did. It was a lot of going on, a lot of action.
Last week certainly did drag by standards of this show, but it was useful. No one said, I'm character McPherson, here's my backstory. It didn't get bad. We spent a lot of time with Dreadlock Biden's faction, setting this lady up to die, understanding what she was all about, and that, Dr. Jill Dreadlock, did her best, but Rhaenys was no match for that guy's dragon or that guy's aggression. I don't know where the fuck he got that dragon, but it's really tough. And I guess, do they live a long time, or is it just it's as big as it gets because it's so powerful? I mean, are they like horses? Do you just keep breeding bigger and bigger dragons? How do you train your dragon, Bill?
Carefully, Teague, carefully.
Yeah, and you feed it a lot of sheep. But you know what? For the people of Westeros, their king is now a really bad, evil dick. The thing is, if he's a little smarter than his brother, it's not going to be so bad. His brother was dumb as could be. His brother was like a terrible manager of resources. His brother was an absolutely terrible manager of resources. And then we found out that he was also a terrible planner of tactics. His war plan was a disaster. We find that out.
Yeah.
then we find out that as far as being like an investigator goes, like he's horrible at it. He's horrible. Like his advisor is the hand of the king, and he loses a kid, which is terrible. And he's being really emotional, but it doesn't help that he's a drunken fucking idiot. And they find one of the two guys who did it. It was the guy who was a member of the King's Guard, and the other guy was a rat catcher. And like they're like, we got him. We got one of them. And he's like, well, that's it. I'm gonna go kill him. And he's like, hey. We might have more than one guy here. This could have been a coup. This seems to be coming from one of the other kingdoms because it's a lot like something that coincidentally we just kind of did to someone else. And, everyone's acting very mobbed up here. I say we find out a few things, put the screws to this guy. Like literally, we've got thumb screws. I want to use them. Let's put the screws to this guy and find out what he knows. And what he gets out of him is, rat catcher. And he caves his skull in like a fucking idiot. And the thing is, he then turns around and kills every single rat catcher in his kingdom, which makes everybody hate him because it's arbitrary.
He hung him from the lights, city lights.
He hung them from the city lights. He made a public show of hanging all the rat catchers just because a rat catcher was involved in the death of his son. So after the funeral for his son, the next thing that happens is he's exacting justice by killing random people. His people know he's cruel. They know he's cruel, and he already had said his name was like Aegon the asshole, so he became like Aegon the super cruel asshole this week, last week when he did that to the rat catchers, and they're like, you're not gonna skate on this one, and his advisor's like, are you nuts? And he's like, you know what? I've had enough of your shit. You're fired. He pulled he was a child on that one, he's an infant about it, and then his new advisors. They're not the weakest in the world, but they're not as good as the guy he had before. Otto Hightower was absolutely excellent guy, first class all the way. He was a huge part of Westeros and the success they had there. And he's going to go. I still think Otto Hightower will go on to tremendous things. I don't know about you, Otto Outlaw Bill, but his new advisors were all right, but even they were just like, the king might be a fucking idiot. And he was.
Well, I think we'll find out on next week's episode.
But then the next time we meet, as we get ready to wrap up, we have a little show for you guys called
the Crocodile. Because it's crocky bad.
We may play the Amandla Stenberg video beforehand. We may actually do that. We may play the Amandla Stenberg video beforehand. We finally have to see it for ourselves.
A deep dive into how cringy it is.
Honestly, we sort of have to see it for.
How she has no talent.
Viewers. Thank you, guys. You know what? What if we're surprised and she's like a decent rapper and her problem is that she's just an angry asshole? Or what if she sings really good and the song is just upsetting to us? I read the lyrics. You're
giving her way too much credit.
No, I mean
she has no emotion. She shows no emotion. She can't
actor, sing. But what didn't they? She's in 4 or 5 other titles. I think they involve singing and dancing. I think she's like a Rachel Ziegler kind of person who's been thrown into acting. I think her talent was that maybe she sang. I think that might be what she actually did. I don't know though if she has any talent. Like you said, she's a terrible actress, but look what she has to work with. That's a terrible show. She's so young that I don't know what crazy AstroTurf salivator Leslie anything but Headland is pouring in her ear, or whatever opening she's pouring it into. But she's got Amandla Stenberg talking like an asshole.
Y'all could choose to tune into our commentary of the Crapolite on Tuesday with less than 40 some odd hours.
We do that one right about when it drops. We go on a little ahead of time and we set it up. Usually you get to hear what amounts to we were giving a half an hour to synopsize the story. it was too much, and we're like, oh, it's because the story's too early. There's still less than a half an hour worth of information to impart to you about the Acolyte. This story has no meaning. It has. Bill said it best. I'm going to say it for him again. It has no heart. We still don't really know. I guess last week someone finally said. This show is so stupid that last week someone finally literally pointed a finger and said, "You are the Acolyte." They don't trust you. Yeah, Smilo Ren. Go ahead, tell him.
And for children, and she dropped those eyes. She dropped those eyes, and she was looking at that eye candy, if you know what I mean.
Right, and then here's the thing: she's the one who's supposed to be like. I think what they're gonna do is pull a switcheroo, and the one who murdered everybody on that planet is gonna turn out to be the good one. And the one who looked at the guy's wee, she's going to turn out to be the evil one. She's going to be evil because she likes dick.
Shades of Smilo Ren.
Somebody found like some frame by frame like shot things that looked like it, and then ticked off 4 bullet points.
I've seen where she literally dropped her eyes from like where he was looking at her chest down to she checked out the package. She checked it out.
She wrote the deck.
She was a package.
By the way, I have it on good authority. One of my friends is, he's gay, right? One of my pals, he lives up in New England. He gave me a call and he was telling me about. He's like, and ooh, child, let me tell you, he is one handsome guy. And like it clicked in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like that one part resonated with the audience they want. and I was like, what did you think of it? He's like, it was stupid as shit. He's like, it was so
really
stupid.
Want your 8-year-old girls to watch that garbage? Really? Come on.
Well, here's the thing, right?
I don't care.
He wasn't so much insulted by it.
I'm gonna say
he was offended by its stupidity. So he wasn't feeling like it was a great show.
I'm gonna say be excellent to one another. We'll see you on the Crapolite if you want to.
We'll see you for that one, guys. We love you
Commentary.
all. Thanks
for tonight, that's it. Take care. Party on. Excellent.
It's your buddy. We'll see you. Like and follow us on Twitter and YouTube.
Later, folks.
Bye.